So, Resident Evil Village releases in 2 days. I cannot wait for it. It sucks that people are already posting early game content of Resident Evil Village. Like they've already gotten the game and they're already posting stuff to YouTube. Like, can we just get out of that whole era of people just getting games early and then spoiling it for others if they happen to stumble upon it? Like, I was nearly spoiled with the introduction of Resident Evil Village. Thank God that was not the case. And that big enemy just then, he has orange projectiles that he fires at you that hone in on your location. Gotta make sure you dodge when you hear the noise. But I just hope to God that a lot of the issues that I encountered in the demos for Resident Evil Village will actually be ironed out. I mean, the castle demo didn't have any problems, but the village demo, the lichens had some pretty bad hitboxes. At least with the first hit that I found, but at least when I use the sprint counter, it's not too bad. But in what situations are you ever going to be using the sprint counter in closed areas, for instance, or narrow corridors? You can't do that. Like, it should be accounting for all possible situations you'll be dealing with that attack. But with the way it's designed, it feels like the sprint counter is being encouraged a little too much. And because of that, if you get yourself in a position where the sprint counter is not going to be handy, it's going to feel very bullshit. And also, the scores for Resident Evil Village have been released by some powerhouse industries we know. So I think Game Informer gave it a 90%. Like, that game's been receiving a lot of 90s right now, and somewhere in the 95 range. I mean, there have been some 8s, which was to be expected because Resident Evil 7 kind of had very similar reception. But when Capcom said that the game that they were going to be making was going to be their greatest survival horror game, kind of sucks that people didn't feel the same, and they kind of had low scores like that. But I'm highly confident that this is old Capcom making Resident Evil Village, not a new Capcom. Because Resident Evil 2 Remake was such a boring game. I still can't believe Serb17 likes that game. Like, he was comparing Resident Evil 2 Remake and Resident Evil 3 Remake to Village, and just the stuff he was comparing it to, it's like, you're basing your comparisons off of runs that you did in Resident Evil 2 Remake and Resident Evil 3 Remake that were dependent upon your guns. And I'm gonna not include Resident Evil 3 Remake because, of course, that game is designed with all the guns in mind, it's not designed for knife only. But when he's talking about, like, feedback systems and flinches in Resident Evil 2 Remake, I'm just like, the flinches are inconsistent as well in Resident Evil 2 Remake, and that game is designed for knife only, so you can't base a lot of your criticisms on that. Like, the game objectively is designed for knife only, and when you're using all the guns, it just feels like New Game Plus. You're giving the game more credit than it deserves. Like, it's like trying to deal with a single insect, but you have, like, 3 other guys with you. When you make your main character not very capable, the enemies suffer as well, because the developers have to take pity on the enemies to make them feel lethal as a proportion system. But when they make the character more capable, that's when the enemies are definitely a lot more capable. But it's just with Resident Evil Village, there's just certain stuff with the lichens that don't feel very proportionate to Ethan's capabilities. And I'm hoping with the way they utilize the lichens, I'm not going to notice it too much. But if they don't, that's going to be a big problem. But going back to what I was saying, like, I just don't like it when Serb17 is comparing Resident Evil Village to Resident Evil 2 Remake and Resident Evil 3 Remake, and then he says that Resident Evil Village it's nothing like the other Resident Evil games. Like, just call it something else, don't call it Resident Evil. But it's like, if you were actually familiar with the Resident Evil games, you'd be well aware that each Resident Evil game is different because a different director has always done something different. Like, it's in Resident Evil's nature to be different, but still maintaining the designs that actually feel Resident Evil-esque with its mechanics and with other designs like that. Like, you have to look past the superficial aspects, the things that are easily observable with the naked eye, if you want to truly understand the Resident Evil game. But it's just Serb17 doesn't have that because he's not a big Resident Evil guy. I mean, he stopped liking Resident Evil after Resident Evil 5. And then he wants to act like he knows Resident Evil when he's just so out of touch with that game series. It's just one of the things that I really took away negatively from that demo playthrough of his. And it's just a shame because a lot of his other audience members felt the same. And I'm going to talk about this in some other video because this is not the game worth discussing because I'm playing Returnal. I shouldn't be talking about Resident Evil Village right now, but I can't resist the urge because I love Resident Evil to death. But I'll probably talk about it at some other point when I do my blind playthrough of Resident Evil Village. There's the iframes. Also, the music's glitched out. It's not playing any music. I got this bug before in the first playthrough. It's like when you restart this encounter too much, the music bugs out. Which is just another reason why this whole design of just forcing you to go through roambox. Like, if the music's gonna be glitching out like this, then there's definitely some kind of problem with roambox. And I think the developer said they're not going to be putting in a checkpoint system anytime soon. However, for some reason, the developers of Returnal said, turn off auto-updates on your PS5, because when you get auto-updates, it actually closes the application. But if the game was actually well-designed, when it came to that whole system, it shouldn't be affected by things like that. Like, the core designs should not be hampered by systems like that. Like, they actually give you checkpoints before bosses, and they actually give you checkpoints before other encounters, and you're not having to just go back to the very beginning because of the way the story is just integrated with this game. Then I just feel like the game would be better designed, but the fact that the core design is already being affected by an issue like that with PS5 just really screams to the underlying issues present with this whole checkpoint system that they decided to favor. I still don't know what the ult fire does aside from allowing me to fire my gun faster because I reload faster. That was close. It doesn't feel like I'm doing more damage, it doesn't feel like I get an increased fire rate. Like, what is the point? It just seems like a mechanic that's only there just because. It's just there to make your reload speed a little bit faster. But it doesn't give you any other attributes. And it's not like the reload speed with the sidearm is slow, it's still pretty fast. It's just a little bit faster, but just give me other benefits, like... I'm sure there are other games that have done active reloads a lot better. I mean, didn't Gears of War have that whole kind of system where your bullets do a little bit more damage when you use the active reload function? I wouldn't know. Not that I would ever indulge myself with that game, because of course, that game is on Xbox, and also, it's just the same game every time. But it's just funny when Seraphim17 is talking about Resident Evil just feeling like it's borrowing ideas from other developers, yet he likes games that just kind of feel the same when it comes to Gears of War and Yakuza, and I mean, he doesn't like Call of Duty anymore, but you know, he still likes it when Call of Duty feels kind of the same. You know, there's just certain flaws with his critique that are just worth pointing out. Damn it! Again, I keep dodging into the bullets. Need to try to... Gotta stick to the very edge. Just watch out for the walls, watch out for the bullets. See, I can iframe into a bullet. That's good. So then I can cancel it out. And I think I got hit by the wall just then. And those whole phases are damage-based, or not time-based. Oh, wow! Look at that bullshit! Lingering hitbox on the tentacle before it even did the attack. That is 100% bullshit. Badly designed nonsense. Fix your fucking hitbox, whatever this developer is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I get close? No. What? Again, bullshit! Lingering hitbox! Hits me right after he's finished his attack animation. Yeah, this boss is not good anymore if it's gonna have that kind of bullshit. First boss was fantastic, second boss is shit with the last phase. Like, this game's been an absolute blast, but this boss is shit with the third phase. How can you do that? How can they give a lingering hitbox on that move when this boss is designed to get very close to you and screw you over with bullets and pulses and walls and melee attacks and all this kind of garbage? So dumb. I don't know why this works. I don't know why you can iframe through these walls with the sword. I wonder if you can do that with other attacks. If the sword's gonna do anything like that. Like, can you iframe through bullets using the sword? I was kind of hoping this game would have a similar mechanic to Nier Automata, where you can slice through bullets, but you can't really do that. I'm sure Seraphim17 might be disappointed by that you can't slice through bullets on this game. Oh, come on! Should I just dodge towards him? Because maybe my dodge will be restored by the time he does the third hit. Let's try this. Okay. That worked, but I took damage off the lingering hitbox. Another lingering fucking hitbox! Ugh, this boss. Why is it so shit? This is just a travesty of a boss. How could they mess up the third phase so much? Did nobody playtest that phase? And they had to have. I mean, there's no difficulties on this game. You just have one difficulty. There's not much to really playtest at that point. How could they miss something as obvious as that with a shitty hitbox? If I'm gonna be putting myself in that position so many times, then why can't the QA testers ever put themselves in that position to be like, oh yeah, that's actually a problem, and it's something that's gonna impact the difficulty of this game, and getting killed by bullshit, and then being forced to run back, that's yet another reason why I don't like the run backs in this game. Oh, so I can go in from the other side. Well, why can't I do it with the other portal? I can't do that with the other portal that leads me to the boss fights. I can't go in from the other side. I have to go in from one side. I don't know if this game is classed as character progression. Like, is this actually a character progression RPG with roguelike elements? Because if it's going to be resetting my progress every time I die, and I'm always going to start with the sidearm, then it doesn't feel so character progression-esque. The Surge is a character action game. Or a character RPG game, I should be saying. But it's not done really well, as Servum17 pointed out in his review, which I 100% agree with. Like, the leveling in the Surge is pointless, because all it does is just allow you to carry more items. And a lot of those implants that you can get are just tailored around healing items, not really about damage. So, pretty much, throughout most of the game, you're gonna feel like you're just about as vulnerable at hour 20 as you were in hour 1, so there's no real character progression. What's worth getting? I'll take the Tracker Swarm. Can you iframe through this? No. Maybe it was too late, actually. See, I can do that. See, like, when I'm doing this, I'm not having to worry about any forward momentum on my dodge or my jump. That will just allow me to collide into bullets. It's hard to do that iframe technique in the third phase because of the two walls that appear very quickly. I stunned him. Oh, he's coming back in. Okay. So, like, why can't there be more control over that? Why give us a stun animation that's so random? It's never triggered at that health pool before. I still don't know why it works this way. It's cool. It's nice that I discovered that. I don't know what prompted me to do that. I think it's because you cut through walls with the sword, so I just thought it'd be the same thing here. Alright, let's see how this plays out. Ah, too early. So if I can get to the correct spot where there aren't any red bullets, I can be fine doing this aside from the blue bullets right there. Not doing the best job at timing this right now. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that's better. I just gotta make sure I stand in the right spot. Can I do this? No, I can't. See, what the hell am I getting hit by? This game is dumb! This boss is so stupid! What the hell am I getting hit by? So stupid! Just straight up cheating right now. Like, I can't be seeing things, surely. I must be getting hit by nothing. Ah, damn it, too early. Gotta make sure I hold X the full way, not tap it. Oh. That's easy to dodge. I hope to God Servum17, when he plays this game, he finds that phantom range and just moments where you just don't get hit by anything, because it's such a load of shit. Well, it's done. Thank God for that.
Dispatched. Something.
Defeat. What? Why is he giving me that trophy? I already killed this guy. This is weird. Okay. I got a grappling hook, I think. This is where you get it. Oh no, there. Okay. So at this point, this is all blind. Yeah, I've already seen this. So, yeah. So now you can grapple at a distance. The detection on the grapple is kind of hit and miss. I don't know why it's like this.
Function is to cross vast distances. Suit status remains uncompromised.
It's a data cube processor. What's this? Okay, a xenoglyph cipher. So now I need to actually go back to the beginning. Like back to that forest area, and I can access a new area. I can also go over here.
Reached another teleportation gateway. Destination unclear.
The Icarian grapple. Oh! This is a new area.
The teleportation gateway in the desert has taken me into the Citadel, beyond the forest's massive wall.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I'm back in the forest area. Oh, no, I actually have been here. Right.
Nearly within reach.
I think I have actually been
Scans
here.
show that the broadcast originates from the tower inside a Citadel-like complex.
No, wait, I haven't actually been here. I've never done any of this traversal before, or seen this kind of environment.
Encountered hostile machines. Fully automated. This is it. The journey is almost over. The origin of White Shadow is right here. Soon I'll know why, and bury these horrible memories in the past. So much desolation.
I'm out of here.
City. It's only inhabited by corpses, broken machines. I'm heading towards the broadcast tower now.
What's that? A thermogenic launcher. Forget it. I'm gonna lose that anyway once I die. Whoa, what was that? I don't know what that was that shot me so quickly. Okay. Oh, that's not good. I need to heal. Doesn't seem like it's that extraordinary of a mechanic. It's just there for a different aesthetic to the whole traversal aspect. I wish you could do something with the grapple in combat. Oh no! I'm dead. Ah, damn. Well, I'll just conclude this part of the blind playthrough since I'm already going to be restarting. And I'll be right back.